Over the years, I've created thousands of hours of richly informative shows.
Oh, I think this is glorious.
We've amassed quite a library. I wondered, what could we do with all of these tapes? I soon realized that the very best solution was to give these tapes to my daughter Alexis.
Is Mom wearing mom jeans?
And her friend Jennifer.
Martha, that's like the worst thing ever!
To see what they can come up with.
Do you think your mom's gonna be mad at us?
I hope so. My mother used to make the best croissant.
My mother made Pillsbury crescent rolls.
Did she or did the maid?
Exactly.
Yeah. So they were amazing, and I liked the outside was my favorite part, the crunchy, crusty outside. So I would eat the inside first because that wasn't my favorite part. And I'd leave the big crunchy outside, and I would turn around to look at something, and I'd turn back, and it would be gone. And I look at my mother, I'm like, what happened? And she's like, oh, I thought you didn't want it.
Oh, she swiped it.
She swiped it every
single time. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't care.
I thought you didn't want it.
I'd like to just take 5 croissants, break them open, scoop out the middle.
Would you give me all the crusty
You could have all the crusty outsides.
Awesome.
We could just share a croissant. You could have that.
That's why we get along so well.
Ooh, that looks like a weird torture device.
Layered with plenty of butter, each bite of a warm croissant just melts in your mouth, or should just melt in your mouth.
Yeah, if it tastes like styrofoam,
it's not good.
It's an American croissant.
Nancy Silverton makes these exquisite.
Oh, Nancy Silverton.
Silverton.
Nancy Silverton. Great books.
What do you think is the key to the perfect croissant?
Good butter.
Yeah.
And lots of it.
4 turns.
4 turns.
That's
What does 4 turns mean?
It means you roll it out, you put the butter in, you fold, turn, roll, fold.
Oh, so the
I think you have to do that a total of 4 times. It makes like 12,000 layers or something.
Okay.
Yeasty layers.
beautiful.
So this is the finished dough.
Oh, so they've already done
They've already
everything
made
up
the
to
dough.
now.
They've already added the butter.
A sheeter is this amazing machine that is a big piece of canvas with rollers that goes like that. And
Martha's so excited about it. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
But by hand, we're going to need to roll this into another.
I think Martha likes Nancy Silverton.
by 16.
There's nothing not to like.
Right.
She makes great stuff.
Be careful as you press it down because you don't want all that butter to ooze out.
Where's the butter in between?
You're going to cut.
Where's the
yours
butter?
as
The butter is in the dough.
You said there was butter in between each layer.
I'll explain it to you in a
You
moment.
said there was butter. I don't see the butter.
You're going
I'm going to show you the butter in like 2 seconds.
Where's the butter?
And I brought my old, look at these, my old croissant cutters. So when you roll this,
Look at this.
it cuts in.
Your mother brought fancy tools to work for that day.
She's had that for 25 years.
But Nancy Silverton has nothing.
She doesn't
Why
need
doesn't
anything
she
because
have
she's a
anything?
professional baker. Martha's just bossy.
Yeah.
And you should get 12 out of that, right?
Right.
And I should get 12 out
Right.
of mine.
It's like they're having a roll-off right there.
They are
Did you say they were
totally having a roll-off.
Competing, who would be done
I
first.
bet Nancy doesn't waste any dough like my mother just did.
Right.
And so if you want to see magic,
Magic, Martha, you have a freaking thing to do it for you.
But that's what magic's all about, is
It is?
faking it.
look.
Look, she's like, look, I've done 40, Nancy, and you've
Yeah, Nancy, hurry up. You only have 12 bakeries, Nancy. Why can't you keep up?
Okay, so I divided that piece that I had in half, and now...
Look, she's not wasting any.
And Nancy's not competitive. Look, she's just doing it slowly, taking her time.
What kind of surface do you work on in the bakery?
We work on either a marble table.
I'm going to try and make croissants, too. I will
Why are
fail.
you adding an S?
This process
Croissant.
right here, which is this.
You don't have to go all freaky and French.
It is
just
French. It's French.
But you don't. Why are you adding an S
because if you're
1 second
gonna,
and then
either,
making
either
it overboard?
Either say it French or say it in English. It's croissant.
Size.
You know what?
Croissants
You're going to
for
get those
people.
wrinkles around your lips from
You're
doing
buying.
that. Every time you say croissant, that's what happens.
And kind of rock back and forth.
Look how cute Nancy's look.
It is cute.
Now to...
Now, whose are those? My
I don't
mother's?
know.
Because they're not so pretty.
So we're making
Touch
a little
together.
proofing cabinet right here.
Yes. After about an hour and a half, check it. So let's see how these
It
feel.
smells good when you open the bag.
Yes, Martha, it's dough.
Yeasty.
It's yeasty.
Oh, they're nice. Now,
It looks like a limp penis. Sorry.
ready. Oh, they are ready.
Oh, yeah.
Feeling
Small one. Yeah, it's a limpy.
Did you
They look
say?
like
What
limpies.
to happen is you don't want them to collapse under the touch of your fingers, which these aren't.
You hope they don't collapse. You hope they grow under the touch of your fingers.
Alexis.
What?
All around and close it quickly. What we're doing is we're mimicking what we do at the bakery, which is an automatic steam injector. Open it up. Spray one more time.
Oh, so you have to open and close, open and close?
According to Nancy, who doesn't really need to do that because all of her ovens have automatic jet steam things. You can throw ice cubes on the bottom of your oven as well.
That's a good idea.
Because then they evaporate a little more slowly.
And we'll put them in at 400 for about 10 minutes. Turn it down to 375, rotate our baking sheets top to bottom, and cook about 8 minutes longer.
That's fast but complicated.
It's not complicated. It's just like a cookie.
No, but it feels complicated.
It's not.
Oh, those don't look good.
Those look good.
Those look like rocks.
I think we're just not used to seeing them like that, but I think they taste much better.
Very nice inside.
That nice pulley center.
I have to have a little bit of raspberry jam on mine. What about you?
Plain for me.
Oh, plain? Oh, okay.
See, Nancy's an aesthete.
She's a purist.
And thinner.
Very good.
Not bad. Good flavor, huh?
Not bad. Very good. Coming up, Nancy's going to create another holiday breakfast treat from the very same
Those
dough.
look good, too.
Sugar buns.
Sugar buns.
Sugar buns are yummy.
Nothing's wrong with a sugar bun.
I think you have to make croissants and bring them to work.
I will.
Yeah, good idea.
You'll need about 9 inches of length to go around.
9 inches? I mean, I need 9 inches too, but I don't always get what I want. Okay, I have no
clue either.
idea what's going on.
I don't either.
Let's think. Okay.
Candles.
Candle.
Then something with a hazelnut. I don't know what.
Okay, maybe you eat these while you're...
I don't know, but this.
All right, wait, there's a pin.
I would like to bathe in these crystals. Seriously? Look, this is what I would do. I would do a reveal on the crystals like this. And look at the beautiful crystals.
Starting in the early fall, when I was a child, we would collect baskets full of all different kinds of nuts.
Wow, a basket full of nuts.
It was named.
Do you like nuts?
Numerous nut
Yes, all manner of nuts.
Do you like big nuts or small nuts?
nut tree.
I think larger nuts, but not too big.
Nuts are still a big part of my holiday festivities.
Are they? Do you have nuts all over your tables?
I have no idea. I show up and drink as much wine as possible.
And today I'll show you some great ways to decorate your Thanksgiving table using a variety of nuts.
Can we,
Okay, I'm gonna see
Martha,
what she's
get to
doing.
the point?
This very pretty
Oh, no.
base made of nuts.
Oh,
You
no.
can find these rounds and squares of styrofoam at craft stores and at floral supply
No,
stores.
the crystal doesn't go there. Look.
Foam underneath the
Where does the
lid.
crystal
Like
go?
that.
Where does the crystal go?
I don't know where the crystal
That's
goes.
what I
I want to
thought.
use the crystals.
I have this one already started, and I'll just
She doesn't put the crystals on that. I'm looking at it. There's no crystals. Look, Alexis,
Do whatever
look.
you want, Jennifer.
It's just nuts.
So we need these pins, and then we have found all kinds of beads. So to make this candle holder, just,
Oh, here's the bead. Frick, I did it wrong.
and then insert the pin, and it goes right through. Now this is a nut without its shell. It wouldn't go through a shell.
You could if you had a Dremel drill.
Where's a drill when you need one?
Into
That's what I'm always saying.
right
God
into
darn
your
it.
styrofoam.
Ow! This hurts my hands.
Continue until you finish all the spaces.
Does the nut go in nut,
It goes nut, crystal.
but pointy nut up or point of nut
Frickin'
down?
no.
This candle holder is a great way to decorate your holiday table. Making napkin rings is another.
Napkin rings?
She's not
Martha,
ready
we are
for
so
this.
far to go.
These are so easy to make.
Slow it down, lady.
This is just a very pretty ring made entirely of nuts.
Mine's not pretty.
Nope, it's not.
One,
You have two, and you're talking to me about mine not being pretty?
It's none of them are pretty. They're not very pretty. This is not a great craft. And by the way, if you can't. No, there are so many people with nut allergies nowadays.
Jennifer,
This is
you
not
and
a
the
great
nut allergies
decoration.
thing, you know, people are still allowed to eat nuts.
Of course they are, but I don't think
Right.
you should decorate a party room with it, not knowing the dietary restrictions or allergies of some of the people coming. Nut allergies.
What is
are
it?
a
You're going to
serious
serve
thing.
Noel nut balls?
It's not about eating. It's about the touching and the
Then
air.
don't touch. You can tell this is a nut. Don't touch it.
Too many nuts.
In nature, nuts are very beautiful, but they are greatly enhanced and they will last longer if you treat them with a little bit of something called tongue oil. And
Tongue oil? Do you think that's from tongues?
Tongue oil?
Yes. Wouldn't imagine a tongue had much oil.
Now you're going to have to drill the nuts. I'm going to use this.
What the hell is that?
That's the Dremel drill.
This would all be much easier if we had a Dremel drill.
Can't you talk and work at the same time?
I can't.
And a 24-gauge wire like this should slide right through the nut.
These are stubborn nuts.
No, that's not going to help you.
Twisty.
Don't do that. See?
Then the nut, and you go from the top of the nut through the bottom. So
That's kind of pretty. You know why it's pretty? Because of the tongue oil.
I'm just going straight down along the string. You'll need about 9 inches of length to go around.
9 inches? I mean, I need 9 inches too, but I don't always get what I want.
And then we will make our little twist to hold our beads on in a very nice fashion.
What? Did you stick yourself?
Yeah, I did.
knew you would. Let me see.
See? Blood.
I knew someone would get stuck. I knew it. I knew it.
Luckily, I'm very tough. I can take it.
And so here you have your very elegant napkin tie.
That's not bad.
It's cute.
2 little numb nuts there.
It looks like 2 little numb nuts.
Roasting by an open fire.
As decorations, put out some that your guests can eat. They'll enjoy looking and they'll enjoy eating.
It's actually looking
Mine's
cute.
not bad. Once it starts going,
cute. Looks a little oddly like breasts.
Here, try to imagine this as something pretty.
Yeah, I don't love this craft, I have to say.
Isn't it pretty? Here, like Martha would hold it.
You could sort of see which one of these would get you drunk. The first bottle, not so much.
Not even kind of.
Second bottle, that's for 2 or 3 people. That's not gonna get you drunk.
No, not drunk enough. So you're not a big drinker, are you?
I'm not a big drinker. I keep trying to find a drink I like because everybody says it's fun to get drunk.
Plus, it's healthy to have a drink a day.
It is. It's not really good to have 6 or 7, but the 1 is...
Or 2.
Right.
So do you like champagne?
It's okay. I like a Kir Royale. If you put a little sugar in the champagne, then it's kind of yummy.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you just want a sweet juice with a little bubbles in it.
That's what I like. Sweet juice with little bubbles in it.
Have you ever poured wine from...
Look at the giant bottle. It's huge. Everybody has a refrigerator that can accommodate a giant...
I do.
You might consider it. Did you know that these are the names for the very large bottles of champagne, as majestic as the biblical kings from which they get their names?
What? Martha's into the Bible now?
Different bottles of champagne that you can purchase at the wine store. The split is a very popular little bottle. It's equivalent to 1/4 of a standard wine bottle.
1/4? So that's a 1 glass. That's a 2 glass.
So you could sort of see which one of these would get you drunk. The first bottle, not so much.
Not even kind of.
Second bottle,
for 2 or 3.
that's for 2 or 3 people. That's not going to get you drunk.
No, not drunk enough. Huh.
Okay, that's the 4-cup of wine bottle.
That's good. I'll have that by myself.
In comparison.
4 people, Alexis.
4 people for 1 drink. Have you ever seen a champagne glass? It's this big and this long.
Now, you've all heard of the Magnum. 2 standard bottles, 1.5 liters.
I can't believe that's the Magnum.
Right?
And
No,
that
because
the
a
other-
Magnum's
it's
just like a
dwarf.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Teeny tiny. This reminds me of those Russian dolls. She should be putting 1 bottle in the little next bottle, in the next bottle, in the next bottle, in the next bottle, next bottle, next bottle.
And now we're getting into the kings. The Jeroboam was the first larger bottle.
Jeroboam.
Is that a French one also? Jeroboam.
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 For such a grand bottle, and referred to the Bible. Jeroboam was the first king of Israel and received
he's a
that
Hebrew.
honor. Are the Jeroboam. This is 8 standard bottles in 1 big bottle, and it's named the Methuselah.
This seems like a colossal waste of time, this episode. All
Why? People want to know what these are,
all she's
Jennifer.
doing is showing
She's
size
teaching you
order
about
of-
the names and where the names came from.
She's showing us
I think it's very interesting. If you'd shut up, I could hear something.
giant bottles of champagne.
Amazing bottle. If you get one of these ever in your life,
Save it and sell it.
Yeah, I mean, would anybody, does it even taste good?
beautiful.
Tastes just just as good as the others.
This is
Look, let's see if she can lift this one.
Martha's very strong.
I know.
Really is hard to pick up. You might.
I think that bottle looks completely empty.
Molly or a little.
It's totally empty. It's the one they put in the window of the store.
Right.
And the largest that we have right now is the Balthazar, the king of Babylon. This is 16 standard bottles of wine in this one.
16 bottles.
So if you have a big party,
Then you have to crowd around the one big bottle? Come on, have some wine from the one big bottle.
Well, the next time that you have a special occasion,
The next time you get a giant refrigerator that can house nothing but your champagne.
Millennium. Our guests, John Bretcher and
Look,
Dorothy
they're having wine together.
oh, lucky them.
They're here to get drunk.
here for a really terrific champagne.
This is only a story for the rich.
Excuse me?
The giant bottles of champagne that would cost thousands of dollars.
It's only for the most special of special occasions.
For the special of special riches people. I don't get it. I don't get the whole... Was that a history lesson?
Yes, it was to be... It's interesting to know that the biggest bottle of champagne, the name of which I missed, has 17 bottles in it, right?
So then now I'll win at the church bazaar when they say, guess how many glasses are in this bottle? I'll get the right answer. 17.
17 bottles in the
17 bottles, which is times 4. What's 4
Depending on-
times 17?
Oh, God.
4 times 7 is 28. 28.
So 68?
Crap.
68 glasses?
78. 68. Carry the 2. I don't know.
Does it matter?
No,
I mean, by
neither
the
did
time
I.
you're on the 20th glass, it doesn't really matter how many glasses are
Giant
left.
bottles of champagne.
Each time I went, I
Okay.
changed my hair color to see if anything worked for me.
And?
And I'd leave, and this just made me insane. Wow, that looks fabulous.
Each time it looked better
Every
than the
time
next.
it looked better than the last. So it's really hard to get, if you decide you don't like your hair
Yeah.
person,
Uh-huh.
to get rid of them, don't you find?
I don't, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have a... I tend
First of
to
all,
not.
have you ever changed?
I tend to not change all that often.
When
Get
was
it?
the last time you changed?
I've changed.
When?
I have changed.
Tell me.
Look.
You can't, you
I
never
don't
change.
even know.
You never change.
That's not true. I do. I use a few different people color my hair all within the same
But they know
place.
that, and it's always been like
And
that.
that's why it's okay.
What if you decide you don't like someone and you want to switch forever?
Then you have to either be honest and say, I need to change,
Or just never go back.
show up again. And I'm
I
not
chose
sure
the
which is right.
latter.
You did that, right?
I've done it a bunch of times.
But for you, you don't ever have a real relationship, maybe, where they're going to
No, I think it makes it worse to have a
It
relationship.
does. That's my point. So for
Right,
you,
so
it's easier.
With some people, it's been quite easy to not use them again. Like once I couldn't get an appointment with the person that colored my hair at a specific salon. So I said, well, just give me anybody. I don't care. And the woman who had been doing my hair threw a fit.
Well,
and I was like, I couldn't get an appointment with you.
You
Like,
almost have to be
you kidding?
thankful when things like that happen, because then you are free
You're
to
free.
try someone without there being a penalty, because
Right.
it wasn't your fault.
Right. When I don't want someone to do my hair anymore, it's because I think they're doing a really crappy
Oh,
job,
not-
and they don't want to hear
Right.
that.
I think if you want to change from whoever is your beauty person, you just do it honestly.
It depends on if they're honest with you.
Right.
Because I've had, you know, I went someplace and I decided to go crazy. I made my hair every color I wanted to try. It was red, it was auburn, it was dark brown.
All in one day?
No.
Oh, okay.
Each time I went, I changed
Okay.
my hair color to see if anything worked for me.
And?
And I'd leave, and this just made me insane. Wow, that looks fabulous.
Each time it looked better
Every
than the
time
next?
it looked better than the last time, and let me tell you, it didn't.
How'd you break up with them?
I just never went back.
Right, so you are a fan of just the never going back.
It can be embarrassing or uncomfortable to break up with your hair colorist.
I think if you're okay with it, ultimately your hairstylist or your colorist or your manicurist will be okay with it too.
There's also the theory that they're happy to see you go because
Yeah.
if you don't like them, they don't like you.
They like you even less. Yeah,
That's probably true.
totally.
And with me, probably even more
Always,
true.
yeah.
Can't thank God she left.
Yeah.
Be sure to catch Whatever with Alexis and Jennifer every day.
On Martha Stewart Living, Sirius Satellite Radio's Channel 112. For more information, check out whateverradio.com.